guys, I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is the Bold and the Beautiful edition. Today is Tuesday, March the 14th, 2023. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to have to give this one. You know what? I'm going to give it. Liam did a really good job. I'm going to give Liam an 8, and then he can just share it with everyone else. All right, let's get into it, y'all. We see Thomas and Steffi, and she is watching him work, and she's extremely excited about this because this is what she wanted. She wanted Thomas to be in a good place where he could be able to come back into the fold, come back into the company, and show his talent and work the way that she knew he could. And he's done that, so she's extremely excited about this, right? So then we see as they are talking and everything, Taylor comes in, and I said, Mama, what? And she said, I just came to drop by for a visit. Will you, girl, go ahead and set up an office in Forrester Creation. And y'all know Taylor is my girl, but she is always there. But anyway, so she says, I'm so glad you guys are getting along again. It's been the best to see this. And Thomas, you're back. And he says, well, it depends, because he said, I don't want to mess up Hope and Liam's marriage. And since she hadn't told Liam that she was going to bring me back, he said, I'm only back uh, as long as it doesn't have any ramifications on her marriage. So then Paris drops off little Douglas, and he's like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see you guys. Um, and he was like, on Steffi, thank you for taking care of me, but I'm ready to go back home. And she was like, okay, I'm glad that you get to go back home and everything. And so they talk about that. They chop it up, and then that's all. Let's move on. Because then we see Steffi and Taylor together, and they both agree. Y'all been saying it in the comments, and they both agree. This was too much to put on little Douglas. And they said Steffi was like, he came to live with me because he said that he saw how his parents were disagreeing, and so to stop that, he just chose me so that they wouldn't have to disagree over him. Now they not disagreeing, and they're working together, so he wants to go back home because he feels like, oh, it's okay now, I can go back home, everything's is right again. And they said Taylor and Steffi agree that's too much pressure to put on a little boy. I said, well, they should you talk to your brother, because he was the one that thought he was just gonna get Thomas to come live with him. I mean, Douglas to come live with him. So talk to your brother about that. And so they said that's too much pressure, and he shouldn't have to feel like he has to make things right in adult grown up business or whatever. And I said, yeah. Now they are right about that. We've been saying that as well. Lil Douglas should not have to make all these decisions. And then for him to be like, okay, y'all are good again. Okay, I want to go home. Uh-uh, y'all need to get his custody settled once and for all. Y'all need to redraw up some paperwork and get this all worked out. But anyways, they said the main thing they said was, Steffi says, this will all work out as long as Thomas is not obsessed with Hope again. And Taylor's like, I just don't believe he is. I said, Taylor, now you my girl, but I don't trust your word on nothing, because you thought Sheila had changed and you thought Thomas had changed too. I don't trust your word on none of that stuff. But the fact that they're saying it, I said, oh, if they do something else with Thomas, throw the whole thing away. I don't know. So they just said, as long as his obsession doesn't come back, we'll be good. And they were like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And so then we see Thomas talking to Douglas. So Thomas is talking to Douglas, and Douglas is like, I loved living with Aunt Steffi's, was the best living on the, he was like, Thomas told him living on the beach was great, right? He was like, yes, and all the takeout food and stuff. He said, because Steffi cannot cook. That was Thomas. And he said, but Finn is great, but there's nobody better than you. And then little Douglas gonna say, um, I'm happy you and mom are working together. I just wish y'all would be there all the time. He wants his mom and dad to be together, like as a family. And he said, now Thomas was right in this. He said, your mom has a marriage and we have to respect that, or whatever. And I said, if little Douglas get back to the way he was so nasty to Liam, y'all remember when it was time for Hope for the future fashion show, and like he would ignore Liam. He was nasty to Liam. He really just started being nice to him after Thomas did the whole CPS call and everything. But he said, I just really want y'all together. But Thomas did the right thing and told him, like, Liam is her husband and we have to respect that, and everything. But I don't know how this gonna end up, because I feel like, because y'all know all Steffi did was like, all she said was we have to get our parents together, and Thomas cooked up that CPS call. So if little Douglas starts saying it's a little too much, what would happen with Thomas? I'm just saying, because the last time I told y'all, I think Thomas was gonna do something to lose Douglas. You know, when he wanted custody of Douglas, I said, he gonna do something to lose Douglas anyway. Y'all got all down my throat. Y'all got all down my throat, and then he made the CPS call. So I don't know if Thomas is gonna do something this time. I think it's weird that Hope excuse me, that Taylor and Steffi talked about, as long as he gets over his obsession with Hope, it's okay. And then we see Douglas just being like, I want you with mommy. I want y'all together. Now, as of right now, he's trying. Thomas is really trying to like be like, no, we can't do that. She's married. She has someone. That's not our place. But we'll see. Yeah. Hello, Mila. Okay. So then we see, hold on, y'all. Let me put this tablet on. So then we see Liam and Hope. Baby, Liam was so ticked off at Hope. He was like, wait a minute, what you saying right now? She said, I brought Thomas back into the line. And he said, what? We had a discussion about this in this very room, that you were not going to bring him back into the line. So what you telling me right now, because I think I'm hearing you say that you brought him back in, but I know that's not where I'm hearing you say, because we already said that you were not going to do this. And she all like, I I just I had to. I want my career. And baby, Liam went off, and I don't care what y'all be saying in my comments. I agree with Liam on this. Not because it's not because I dislike Thomas, but I agree with Liam on this as far as Hope. Time and time again, you run to Thomas and tell him all the things that you run to Liam and tell him all the bad things that Thomas has done. And over again, you say, let's give him another chance. And then you like, oh my gosh, he can't be trusted. Okay, but let's give him another chance. Liam is sick of it. Liam is sick of Thomas keep doing things, and you keep forgiving him, and then you're crying to him, telling him he hurt me. Oh my gosh, look what he did with the CPS call. Like, girl, he called CPS on your mama. He called CPS on your mother. Yeah. He pretended to call CPS, and it was pretended to be her. Who like, Bold, I can't with y'all. I can't with y'all in these storylines. But Liam is like, what will it take for you to get over this? What kind of hold does this man have on you? He said, I'm happy that Douglas is coming home, but it sounds like in order for him to come home, you had to work with his dad. He said, and essentially, somebody said this in my comments, and I agree with you. This was not Hope's decision. This was Steffi's decision, because they pretty much told her, if you don't work with Thomas, then we're scrapping your line. So she didn't really have a choice in all this. But Liam was just like, let that line go. I was like, you better give her the funding to be able to do it. but she said, I want my line, and Thomas has changed. She's going to therapy. Even my mom is willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. And Liam is just like, it's my job to protect you. I don't trust Thomas. And she get all emotional and get all ticked off, because she said, I need you to support me. I just need you to support me. And he's like, you unsaid what you got to say. Now I need you to listen. She said, no, I just need you to support me. I said, boy, go ahead and give in to this girl. And that's what he did. He said, fine. You wanna do this? You already made the decision. She had. He said, you already made the decision. So I don't know what we talking about here. You already want Thomas back in your life. And here he Alexa, stop. And here we go again. Thomas is being back in your life, and I have no say over this. And I'm scared because I can't protect you. Because what if he goes crazy? He was like, he was in love with a mannequin to live out a fantasy with you, and all this different stuff. And Hope wasn't trying to hear that. She said he's changed, and she told Thomas, if you do anything, And I question it, then it's over. I said, girl, didn't he kiss you last time or tried to kiss you last time? I don't believe you. It's not Liam that I'm upset with. It's not even Thomas. It's Hope. Hope gets on my nerves. At this point, she works my last nerve. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you tomorrow for the final episode of the week of Bold and the Beautiful. We'll be going live on tomorrow, actually. Yeah, on tomorrow with the Bold and the Beautiful and Young and the Restless recap. Again, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.